Hello everybody, welcome to the full review of the Sony HX50 compact camera. This is going to be my very first camera review. Got this off eBay for $295, retails for I think $400, on sale for discontinuation purposes at Sony.com for $330. So I got it for about $30 off, and unfortunately I have to say it right now, it's not a very good camera at all. No wonder it got discontinued. And also you can tell that this line did not do very well for Sony because they're not replacing it with a similar camera in the HX50 lineup. And by X0 I mean 30, 40, 50, 60, because the previous model was the HX20 I think, or 30. And it didn't do so well either. But anyways, there is the time and date. So let's start with a look at the camera. I'm going to be returning this screen. It's not too bad. It's a 3.1 inch, 7.5 centimeter display with 921,000 pixels. So that's pretty good compared to this other one right here, our previous camera, Canon. Pretty much same screen size, only has about 230,000 pixels on it. So the pixel density is a major improvement, and I would say it's pretty much what Apple would call a retina display. And you can see there are the buttons. Hold it with two hands so I can show you. There's a custom button, a viewing button, movie button, there's a little thumb rest, and then we have function buttons right there, just like Canon. And then unfortunately, poor design of the camera, they put the HDMI port at the bottom. That's a very bad placement. And then there's a tripod port, and then right there we have a battery which pops out. You just flip the little lever there in the SD card slot. And then on the top we have exposure knob. Doesn't seem to be working though. Tried it, it's very slow to respond. You have to switch screens or something to get it to respond. Shutter button, and that zoom switch. And then on the front we have Sony G logo. We have the lens right there. It's kind of a little large. Weight of about 200 and something grams, I believe. Let's turn it on. It's a little noisy turning on, you can see. It has a 30 times optical zoom, and then they have a clear view zoom up to 60 times, and then up to 120 times we have the old-fashioned digital. Clear view is not too bad. Once you get up to over 60, where clear view starts, any shakiness is apparent quite a bit when you're trying to take an image, and a video would probably be unviewable. It's that bad. You have to use a tripod if you're zooming more than 60, or I would say to be safe 30 times zoom. You can see when it's zoomed out, it does extend quite a bit. This was supposed to be a new model, but eBay seller gave it to me used, unfortunately. They also gave me a little case over there. So overall, I'd say it's a very, very poor camera. Do not buy it. I'll be showing you some test shots with it coming up right after the end of this product showcase right now. And they'll have a voiceover, and you'll see that it loses a lot of image quality. Also, I almost forgot to mention, over here at the top of the camera, we have a sad pop-out flash to make it more compact. Unfortunately, to have the flash, you have to pop it out beforehand. No, you don't have to pop it out every scene. You can have it out, you have to push this button, and it makes an odd noise and it pops out. Also, we have a hot shoe in the middle. That's a good feature right there. Although the accessories for it from Sony, you can only get it from Sony, of course. It's the minimum. The cheapest accessories start at $100, and the electronic viewfinder is more than the cost of this camera. Another reason not to buy this camera. For the money you would spend buying this camera and an electronic viewfinder, you can get good, high quality DSLR, just under $1,000. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, it has Wi-Fi and GPS coverage built right in. So stay tuned for the next part of the full review. I'll be showing some videos and some images. So let's start with some images. Okay, now here is a look at some indoor photos. You can see in these first few photos right here inside, there are a lot of shadows. And it's very hard to see, and it's very grainy in the shadows, so it's not very good at the exposure. Now here's a picture outside. In the clouds that you can see, it's not the brightest picture. You can also see many details were lost due to the heavy compression and the small sensor. Now back to the indoor shots. You can see in this dark hallway right here that a lot of detail is lost. And when the flash is activated, it does not project down the hallway, it only projects to the sides of the walls. Also here in the living room, it is extremely dark. You can see it is very, very blurry. And the one with the flash actually doesn't look too bad because it's a wide open space. Moving outdoors now, you can see the image quality is a little better, but still not that good outside. And then on closer examination of some parts of the image, you can see they're a little bit pixelated and lacking in detail. And also you can see right here the picture of the ground is blurry. And some more pictures right here. It looks like right here it did capture the sky pretty good, but right here it does not have high dynamic range, so the sky appears white. And you can see the zoom lens actually does pretty good at that, and it looks pretty clear. Here is a demonstration of the zoom features of the camera, and you can see the zoomed in a little bit right here, and we're zooming out even more. I think it's 10 times zoom, and then zooming in again. That's I think that's the edge of optical zoom right there. And then right here we're going to clear view zoom, which is a combination of optical and digital zoom. Even more zoom, you can see that you're starting to lose a lot of details. Banding starting to occur. Even worse, you can see since all the shaking, the image is not straight vertical. Again, you can see the same thing. It's very hard to control a camera without a tripod at these zoom levels. There's the door. Since it's in low light, you can see it's very, very dark, and you can see a lot of bands down there. Zooming out even more, you can see it's still focusing on the door pretty much. And right here we have a picture of the satellite dish. The high dynamic range issue comes into play in these few photos right here. You can see the sky is extremely washed out and very, very white. And lastly, here's an image of the camera that shows its special features. I altered the shutter speed so it would do motion blur. This was a pretty hard shot to get because the ISO and exposure were not right. I had to take a few shots of this. And of course the controls were very cumbersome. That's it for the test photos. Now let's take a look at some test videos. Hello guys, this is going to be a quick test video on the Sony HX50. This is in PS mode, 28 megabits per second, 60p. It's going to be a very quick test video in the garden right here. This camera is going to be returned because the photos in even normal light in a room are very, very bad, very soft. So let's see here, there's a front yard. Let's go look at the sun. Where's the sun? Right there. Switch to macro. Now let's switch to another mode. Okay, this is going to be high quality FH, 17 megabits per second. I skipped the other one, FX, which is 24 megabits per second, because since you already got that high, I just go up to PS and get progressive. So this is a little lower bit rate, 17 megabits per second. We're zoomed all the way out. Take a panoramic look. It's a little bit shaded here, not really cloudy, but shaded. It doesn't pick it up too bad. And let's go over here. Now let's see the 30 times optical zoom. Let's zoom in on those vehicles. Zooming is really, really slow. Yeah, that zoom, I'm not too sure why it's so slow, but this is full zoom. Look at this. I'm zooming into the bush. Yeah, and I'm pulling the zoom button all the way, and it is still really, really slow. And my battery's not low, or else, you know, the video would cut out. But that's zoom right there. It does try to anti-shake. Doing not too bad of a job. But when you're zoomed in so far, even a button press will make it move, you can see. That's unbelievably poor zoom performance right there. my camcorder does a whole lot better than that. So that's it for this mode.